How to become a millionaire real estate investor? Well, Noelle is a certified millionaire through real estate, but there were definitely some rough patches, and I fell down a lot in my journey, and I spent a lot of money learning all of the stuff that I'm teaching you guys today. However, it is possible, it is awesome, and I want to make sure that I tell you everything to do, everything that you need to know, and help you to avoid the traps that caught me really good. Let's go. Okay, so everybody is telling you they're a millionaire. I know, I hear it all the time. I see some of these guys out here saying that they're a millionaire and this person's a millionaire. But let's first talk about what a millionaire real estate investor is. Because quite frankly, it's nowhere near as sexy as you think. It is actually not that hard to become a millionaire in real estate, just because the way that they do the formula usually is based on your amount of properties that you own, the equity that you have in them versus how much you owe on those properties. So you can take the equity that you have and you can be a real estate millionaire by that definition, or you can make $1 million per year annually, about $83,000 per month, and then you will be a real estate millionaire. Or third, you could have assets or ownership or stocks or investments and even a trust, and they have $1 million worth of assets and you are tied to that, and you would be considered a real estate millionaire. So again, it's nowhere near, doesn't mean you have $1 million. It doesn't mean you're just sitting on cash and you're just like, I got all this money, got money to spend. I'm on, a boat and all this other stuff in a private plane. That's probably not what just $1 million in real estate is going to get you, but let you know that it is a very comfortable life. And usually if you can get at least $20,000 per month in real estate, you are doing really, really well, and you don't necessarily need to be a millionaire to be comfortable. But I wanted to let you know it's probably not as sexy as you think, and they probably don't have $1 million in cash. So let's talk about how you become a real estate millionaire. Step one, and this is the most important step, and I know it's gonna sound super easy, and you're gonna be like, duh, but the first step is decide. You have to decide that this is what you wanna do and that you want to make $1 million. Nothing is ever accomplished without a decision. Whether you're a millionaire or you're not a millionaire, it is based on your decision. The reason that Noelle became a millionaire is because Noelle said that was her goal. I literally wrote it down. I thought about it. I broke down the numbers. I knew how much properties I needed. I knew what the equity needed to be. I knew how many properties it would take. I knew how many deals it would take. I broke it down. I decided this is what I was going to do, and I started moving towards it. So if you ever want to become a millionaire in anything, you have to make the decision, you have to say it, and that has to be your goal. First step first, decide. Step two, and this is super easy. Again, this is not required, but this is Noelle's step. You gotta get a business. I know I say this all the time. If you watch my videos and listen to my podcast and you read my books and blah, 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 you already know that I'm going to tell you, you need a business. You gotta go to get your LLC, your S Corp, your C Corp. You need a professional phone number, a professional email, and a website. You need an actual business. You need an EIN number, okay? This is no fun and games. You're not going to ever get to that millionaire status and get as many properties and get things going the way you want to using your own money. The easiest, fastest way to real estate millionaire is start building your business credit and get some business funding so you can get more properties than you could ever get with your own name. Step three, you need to go ahead and start. I suggest starting the way that I started. Now, of course, I'm giving you a caveat that I didn't do with the setting up the business and getting business credit and things like that. But one of the first things that I did to start getting some cash flow so I can get some money in my pocket was I started by wholesaling. I found people that had property problems. I marketed to those people, and I started flipping contracts and getting checks of $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a pop. The minimum I would get was probably like $3,000 or $4,000. And I could quickly do a lot of those deals, even if it was just 2 or 3 deals a month. Okay, just think about that for a second. If you could do 2 deals per month where you get $5,000, that's $10,000 per month. You are now in the top 5% of income earners, okay? Being in the top 5% is where you at least need to go. This is not hard to do, but most people don't even think that they can. But it really only takes about $120,000 or $150,000 per year to be in the top 5% of income earners in the world. So this is what you want to do. Start by wholesaling, get some cash flow going, and then move on to the next step. And this is how you'll get to millionaire status. Step 4, once you have the cash flow going, you need to start deal compounding. So once you do the wholesaling, you may move to fix and flipping. You got to start getting some appreciation. You need to own properties that are increasing in value. So you need some rental properties that you can get, keep for a little bit, and then sell and get those lump sums of cash. So there was a time when I was getting rental properties, I would keep them for a couple of years. I would fix them up a little bit before I put the tenant in or when the tenant moved out. And then I would sell those properties and walk away with $70,000, $80,000 at least, okay? And this is what's going to get you big numbers where you can start really buying more properties. Just think about this. You're just going to reinvest all the money that you get. But appreciation, whether it's just normal appreciation from the value going up on the property or forced appreciation where you did renovations to make it worth more and then sold the property, but you're going to need to get appreciation. And then step 5, when we are talking about becoming a real estate millionaire, scale, baby, scale. You need to get more properties. I know you keep just like, you get a property and then you do the wholesale, then you do another deal. Yes, you do not stop. Don't just get $5,000 and think that you've made it. Don't just get a check for $15,000 and think that you've made it and stop. You cannot stop. You have to keep going. Trust me on this one. The reason why I ended up losing everything and ended up in my parents' basement bankrupt with multiple foreclosures is because I was not thinking big enough. One, I had not made the decision that I was going to be a millionaire. I literally was trying to fix and flip houses while working a job. So I wasn't committed to real estate investing. Number 2, I didn't get a bunch of properties. I only had like 4 properties, okay? And I'm telling you, 1 and 2 and 3 properties, that's a headache. But 8, 10, 20, 100 properties, that's a business. Stop thinking so small. Stop trying to get 1 or 2 properties and think big. Scale, baby, scale. So if you love this video, please make sure that you go ahead and like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Make sure you click that little notification bell so you don't miss any of this content that I'm bringing you every single weekday, 5 days a week. Making sure I give you all of the free information, all of the content, all of the knowledge that you need to be successful. I even have a free training at noelsfreetraining.com just for you. This is Noel, to your success.